So Prime Minister Narendra Modi says vote bhi badhenge, seat bhi badhenge, and the sentiment is against Uddhav Thackeray for deviating from the core Hindutva ideology as espoused by the founder of the Shiv Sena, Balasaheb Thackeray. And that's why the sentiment is with the BJP, because the BJP has sacrificed so that they remain true to that ideology, and Eknath Shinde Sena, or the Shiv Sena now under Eknath Shinde, represents that. Here's what we've done. Let's look at the numbers. How do they stack up, and why we are asking whether this NDA combo versus the I.N.D.I.A alliance pack, this grouping, will it work because of the math or the actual chemistry on ground, ladies and gentlemen? Why? What we've done is we've tried to split the 38 seats of the NDA from the 2019 Lok Sabha elections, why vis-a-vis the vote share as the current scenario. So this is the split Shiv Sena under Eknath Shinde, Shiv Sena it's in the NDA, and of course the split NCP under Ajit Pawar, that is they retain the symbol, so they are NCP. So the overall vote share, the Shiv Sena had about 23% total, but 18% is with Eknath Shinde based on the MPs that he has, that is 13 MPs, 1 and 1. And this is about 1% here, 27 and 18, about 45, 46, 47% vote share is this combined, and add the MNS and whatever they will return in Maharashtra to this tally. That's how the NDA currently stacks up. Let's look at the other side, the Mahavikas Aghadi. Let's look at the Mahavikas Aghadi, and in the Mahavikas Aghadi, Uddhav Thackeray Sena has 5 seats and a relative of 5% vote share, 3% vote share for the Sharad Pawar faction, who have only 3 MPs. There is about 8.5%, close to about 9%, 10%, and about 26-27% with the Congress's 1 seat. So this is the Congress vote share that remains intact. But within the Congress party also they have had a little bit of an exodus moving out, and some of the Chhatraps who would have returned or contributed to that hefty about 17% vote share, they have also now left the party. So how does it all stack up, ladies and gentlemen? Is it the chemistry, or should it be purely look at it as math? Tuhin Sinha, national spokesperson of the BJP with us, Manisha Kayande, MLA and spokesperson of the Shiv Sena with us, Clyde Crasto, spokesperson of the NCP Sharad Pawar faction with us, and Sanjay Jha, author, commentator, analyst, leans towards the Congress party, or rather let's say leans away from the BJP with us. Namaste and Jai Hind to everybody. Thank you very, very much. Manisha ji, let's start with you. Now you've seen both sides under the leadership of Uddhav Thackeray and now under the leadership of Eknath Shinde. Do you agree, disagree with the Prime Minister when he says that the sentiment is away from Uddhav Thackeray because he was the one who shifted from the core ideology of the Shiv Sena?
Absolutely. I totally agree with the Prime Minister when he says, because this is a fact. Because we contested together and there was a clear-cut Modi wave in 2014 as well as in 2019. So how the modus operandi is, so when you contest the Lok Sabha, you are together. And when you contest the Vidhan Sabha, you want to contest separately. And then you get your MPs elected on Honorable Modi ji's face, and then you talk in a different language. So the voters have given votes to the two parties as one component, and then one of them ditches the other and then forms an alliance government with the other two partners with whom we had contested against them. And now in the government we are made to sit together, and this was the whole disgruntlement in the Mahavikas Aghadi government, and which went on for 2.5 years with the Karyakartas, with all the old party stalwarts, with all the veterans and all the ministers put together, that nobody was happy. Even the common man, even the Janata was not happy with the Mahavikas Aghadi government. And finally, Mr. Shinde, along with the MLAs, along with 40 MLAs, this is not a less figure. 40 is a huge government which apparently looked that the government is running. 40 MLAs leave Uddhav Thackeray with 13 members of the parliament, and now 4 of the MLCs, including me. So I think that this is the sentiment which Honorable Modi ji spoke out, that in fact the sympathy should be and is with the BJP and the now Shiv Sena, which is led by Honorable Eknath
Manisha
Shinde.
ji, can I ask you a question? एक प्रश्न पूछूं आपसे.
Yes.
Maratha sentiment or people on ground, are they saying कि ठाकरे के पुत्र को सुपुत्र को धोखा दिया, or are they saying कि हिंदुत्व को नहीं छोड़ा? What is the sentiment? Because you are a councillor yourself, so let me ask you this.
Yeah, so this is the chest beating which the Uddhav Thackeray group is doing, and people are not concerned with it. What people are today concerned is with the progress, with the infrastructure, with the type of the government functioning, with the policies. People are least bothered about who split and what happened. People want a government which is functioning. People want a government which is delivering the goods. People
Right.
want to see their progress.
Right. Clyde Castro, good to have you on the right stand, and it's after a hiatus actually, Clyde. So let me ask you, the numbers belie what should actually mean. Sharad Pawar Sahib's heft within Maharashtra politics, national politics, is something which everybody understands. But the arithmetic shows that Ajit Pawar has the numbers. Ajit Pawar has also got the spread across Maharashtra. And we had done this elaborate exercise when we had conducted our own opinion poll, the News18 mega opinion poll. And in that also the Maharashtra spread, how it looked like. It looked like that the NCP under Sharad Pawar, or the NCP Sharad Pawar faction, is actually really bereft of not just cadre but also space within Maharashtra itself. Would you agree, disagree?
Anand, Jai Hind to you. The fact is that I've been listening to what you're saying. See, you have your analysis, your people have gone out there, so I'm not going to take anything away from there. They've done their hard work. But where I come from, I'm connected to the ground. I know what the reality is. And as you say, that the numbers are like leaning towards Ajit Pawar. I mean, I welcome you to come and travel with us across Maharashtra. Go to Baramati, come to Mumbai, or go to Ratnagiri, anywhere you go. The numbers will show you where it's leaning towards. So it's a sample survey. Fair enough, you've done it. But the fact of the matter is, all across, if you go, you see the kind of work that this, you spoke about Mr. Sharad Pawar, the kind of work that we are doing, the kind of work Supriyata is doing, or the kind of work Amol Kole is doing. These are the incumbent MPs. People know whom to vote for. So we are doing very well on the ground level. The other thing is, I just heard somebody speaking that, the Uddhav Thackeray ji and the Shiv Sena took the name of Modi ji and took votes, and then they split away. Fair enough, they did that. But in that same parallel, if you draw, okay, our Honorable Prime Minister, my Prime Minister also, Mr. Narendra Modi, actually famously called us, the original NCP, as the naturally corrupt party. They went around Maharashtra talking and calling us naturally corrupt party. Don't vote for a corrupt party. They have a corrupt leader called Ajit Pawar. They have a corrupt leader called Chhagan Bhujbal, a corrupt leader called Hassan Mushrif. And they even went ahead and spoke about some Shinde faction people like Yamini Jadhav or Yeshwant Jadhav, Pratap Sarnaik. They called everybody, scamsters. And they took votes that don't vote for these people who are scamsters, vote for us. So in that manner now, all these people are part of the BJP in some alliance, and they are asking now votes. I am telling you something very simple. Till about yesterday, South Mumbai did not have a candidate from the Shinde faction. They have now given the candidature to Yamini Jadhav, who was accused vehemently by Kirit Somaya. Today, after there are only 17-18 days of campaigning left in Mumbai and Kalyan and Thana. And today, Shrikant Shinde and somebody else was given the candidature from the Shinde faction. So the fact is, within them also, there's a lot of turmoil. They are fighting. So the ground reality shows that the numbers are clearly towards on the side of the Mahavikas Aghadi and the India Alliance, because within the Mahayuti also, there's a fight going on which they are not able to quell the whole heat that is going on.
So when you say within the Mahayuti also,
let's get down to the brass tacks. Let's go down to the ground reality.
When you say within the Mahayuti also, you are accepting that within the Mahavikas Aghadi also there is a lot of fight and there is a lot of confusion, because there has been a huge tussle about who will get what seats. To even get to a seat sharing arrangement took a lot of time within the Mahavikas Aghadi. But let the BJP, I'm just making observations, sir.
Let
the BJP answer your accusation. Allow the BJP to answer your accusation.
No, just 30 seconds.
Okay, 30 seconds.
If you can give me.
Okay, 30 seconds. Yeah, please.
All I'm saying is that we've already announced our seat. The Mahavikas Aghadi India Alliance already announced our seat. Till yesterday, the Mahayuti didn't have any seats announced.
So you're saying, we may have fought, we may have argued, but we have given all our candidates enough and more time to go ahead, canvass, campaign, and also try and win the voters' minds or create an impression there. To insana. Kabhi haan, kabhi na, ha, and then finally, yeah. So that's what, so when you point fingers at the Congress for being undecided about Amethi, Raebareli, when Mumbai South and some of the other seats also, Mumbai North and some of the other seats also look back at you.
Namaste, Anand. Maharashtra Dinachya Hardik Shubhecha. Actually, it's quite simple on the ground. I don't know. There were just 2 or 3 seats in Mumbai which were undecided, and that too belonged to the Eknath Shinde camp. As far as the BJP is concerned, and you just mentioned Mumbai North, the Mumbai North candidate, Piyush Goyal ji, was announced on 1st or 2nd of March. He has already...
Beg your pardon, the Shinde faction seat. I may have got the place
So the problem was
Piyush ji's candidature was also delayed. That was all. That announcement was also delayed. Yeah.
Whose?
Piyush Goyal ji's candidature was also delayed, is what I'm trying to say.
No. Piyush Goyal ji's candidature was there in the first list on 1st or 2nd of March. In fact, he has completed 3 rounds of campaigning in the constituency.
Okay. So I think
it's only the 3 or 4 candidates belonging to Eknath Shinde ji. Those were the only seats which were not finalized, and the BJP seats were very well finalized much in advance. But the point over here is that, last time in all, the NDA had won 43 seats. BJP had contested 25, BJP won 23. The then Udhav Sena had contested 23, they won 18. One went to an independent who's a part of BJP right now, Navneet Rana, and one was the Republican Party. So as far as the NDA is concerned, we will continue to win at least 43 seats. BJP is contesting 28 seats right now. We will continue to win these seats. What has changed? The 3 people who had subverted the mandate in 2019, Sharad Pawar, Uddhav Thackeray and Rahul Gandhi are on one side. People have marked them and people are going to punish them, because Maharashtra, in the 2.5 years that the Vasuli government was in power in Maharashtra, we have seen the complete collapse of law and order, the murder of sadhus in Palghar, the way infrastructure projects across Maharashtra had come to a stall, and after that people have seen how the infrastructure projects have been resurrected. So the issues over here are very clear. People are going to vote for positive governance, and that's the point which Honorable Prime Minister was making, that even as a Deputy CM, Devendra Fadnavis ji has managed to ensure an extremely efficient administration, which Uddhav Thackeray in the 2.5 years that he was in power could never, show.
So you believe all is well in the Mahayuti, it's not all in disarray. Sanjay Jha, thank you for your patience. Everybody applies their wares in Maharashtra, so that is why we give everybody their talk time. But within the Congress party, the Congress was the third in this entire Mahavikas Aghadi, behind the likes of the Shiv Sena under Uddhav Thackeray and NCP under Sharad Pawar. Suddenly you are the strongest. When I say you, the Congress party is the strongest amongst those, because largely robust. But why did the Congress have exodus like the likes of Milind Deora and Ashok Chavan? Especially when these people should have thought that this is our opportunity to strengthen the Congress further.
Anand, good evening. The Congress party may have lost some leaders, but the Congress party hasn't lost its workers. And that is what makes a difference come election time. Now, I live in the state of Maharashtra, and we all know that this is probably one of the most advanced, prosperous states of our country, contributing so much to the overall tax revenues of the government. Under this combination of the BJP and the bifurcated Shiv Sena, they have insulted the people of Maharashtra. You have Fadnavis talking about chakki piecing. Everybody saw that. Then they saw how morally compromised in the lust for power the BJP is. I mean, in Mumbai, we have the Dalal Street where we got the stock exchange, we got the NSE. Mr. Shah and the BJP have created the MLA stock exchange in Maharashtra. Now, can you imagine? You have 2 factions of NCP, 2 factions of the Shiv Sena and the BJP and the Congress, 6 political parties. And who has engineered this? The Bharatiya Janata Party. First, they split the Shiv Sena, And we all know it's on record as to how they did it using Operation Kamal or Operation Lotus. People of Maharashtra have not forgotten that, Anand. They are fully aware of how they have paid a price for it. Second, when they broke the NCP, this is the same NCP with whom Fadnavis had done an experiment which lasted a few hours, and they did it again. And I think the people of Maharashtra that I know of, and trust me, I know many people here, they were like, is this what the state deserves? Whatever the internal schisms between political parties. And people were appalled because it, Anand, this is not just the, the financial capital of India with investments, etc. It's also the entertainment capital of India. It's also got a lot of, I think, intellectual vibrancy. It's a cosmopolitan manifestation of a country. And to see it being mocked, I think the people of this city and of this state are not going to forgive the BJP and the Eknath Shiv Sena. To give you an example, you should ask a question of the Madam Manisha and Tuhin as to what stopped them from holding the BMC elections for so long. You will not get an answer, because the real answer is they were scared of losing that election. The second very critical point, and this is something that nobody can ignore, that the two issues on which I think the Maha Vikas Aghadi is going to win this election hands down, and I think Maharashtra, take it from me, will be the game changer of this particular election. Because here, the BJP standard playbook of communal polarization has not worked before, will not work now. But I'll tell you the two stress factors where Mr. Modi, frankly speaking, I think would have dodged any question if it was asked to him. Number one, the way the BJP has taken away business from Maharashtra and given it to Gujarat. No, end of day, people in Maharashtra, I have banker, I've been a former banker, I know people in the financial services industry. They laughed. They said, can you imagine the financial capital of India, as you rightly introduced, Anand, is Mumbai. The gift city and everything else lands in Ahmedabad, or rather in Gujarat. Is that the way you really run a state? Let me make my second.
I'm going to request you to wind up your argument in 30
So
seconds.
one is the way the diversion of business, whether it's the Foxcom's business or many other businesses that have been given to Gujarat. The second is the high level of rural distress. And the third will be urban unemployment. And of course, I think Uddhav ji did a wonderful job of handling the state during the very precarious time of the pandemic.
Ironically, sir, in about 18 months, Uddhav Thackeray ji did not enter Mantralaya even once. And the state at that time, the administration was under the Deputy Chief Minister, Mr. Ajit Pawar, who was with the NCP at that time. And that's an open secret that he was the one taking the decisions and signing the files at that time. But health compulsions and otherwise to Uddhav ji. One minute. Allow me to, you were speaking all this while I didn't interrupt you. Allow me to make a few observations and get Manisha I.N.D.A. to respond. The other point, sir, ताली कभी एक हाथ से नहीं बचती. Yes, the BJP, you are blaming the BJP of saying Operation Kamal. But 40 MLAs, 13 MPs from Shiv Sena and a hefty number and a big number from the NCP, all of them, it's not just Operation Kamal. There was something on ground which also gave. And that's a reflection on also those parties, those regional chhatraps, including the Congress Party also, because the Congress Party also has had some heavyweights decamp. Manisha I.N.D.A., please respond to Sanjay Jha.
Yes, I'll respond to Sanjay Jha. The first thing is that one cannot excuse a chief minister of a state who does not go to his workplace. Working from home is not what a CM should be doing, whether he was well or unwell. Okay, if a person in the highest position is not well for almost 3 to 4 months, then it is the onus that he gives the responsibility to some other responsible person within the party to run the government for some time, which he did not do. What was going on behind, we don't know. What was going on in the hospital room, we don't know. And what was going on within the family of the Thackeray's, we don't know. Secondly, the COVID period which you are praising is entirely scam ridden. And one after the other, the things, the body bag ghotala, the khichdi ghotala, in which we see that people have been sent to jail. Some of them have come out. But again, I think the COVID period, this is just the praises, okay, because people were in a lockdown, people stayed safe, but it is the central government who continuously helped the state government overcome the crisis. And what you saying that, okay, if the party...
The simple allegation, even with you as a councillor, Manisha Kande, that Sanjay Jha has currently made is that you were bought over. It is not an aspect of staying true to ideology or being disillusioned by weak leadership, but that you were bought over by the BJP. That's the allegation Mr. Sanjay Jha has openly made right now. Operation Kamal is
Sanjay Jha,
straight
because,
away.
they were to a certain extent, successful in saying, when they criticized us and humko jo gali diya, 50 koke and all that. I mean, see, this is what they have spread within the people. Now, the false things you say 10 times, people will start thinking that it's true. But that is not the fact, and even Sanjay Jha knows it very well. It's not all that. People were unhappy. The ministers, if we ourselves cannot meet the CM of the state for 3-4 months,
Right.
how does our government run?
Right. Clyde Tasto, quickly, and then Tuin Sinha. We've just got news coming through. Quick comments from the two of you, and then we'll go to that. A big development in Chhattisgarh. Yes.
I'll try and make it. I'll try and make it quick. I had the highest regard for Manisha Kande ji on a personal level, but the fact is, it's good to hear her speak now. She should have said the same things before. But having said that, if you're criticizing Mr. Uddhav Thackeray, there was a time when the Honorable Prime Minister of India, Mr. Narendra Modi, was praising Mr. Thackeray. The World Health Organization was praising him. The Supreme Court praised him. All this was happening at the time when he was unwell. So Manisha Thai, when you were talking, I have respect for you. When you were talking, I did not speak. But if you want to talk one over the other, I'm very good at it.
I don't say I had respect. I have respect.
Yeah, a lot of respect for you. So please let me finish my talking. And if you want to digress the topic, then let's do it.
She's not. Okay, let's not waste time then. Yeah, Clyde, carry on, please. Manisha ji, please don't interrupt.
I can hear her talk.
Go ahead, Clyde.
So my point is very simple. There was a time when all this was going on. The World Health Organization, the Prime Minister, the Supreme Court was praising. The point here is, even the President of Mumbai BJP, Ashish Shelar, has gone on record that we were instrumental in breaking this. They actually broke all the parties. So they have resorted to chicanery and they've done all that they were doing. So the point here is, when good work was going on, the whole anti-Maharashtra attitude by the Bharatiya Janata Party, whether it's taking all the businesses away from Maharashtra to Gujarat, is going to be paid back by the people. They are going to vote against it. That's what the ground reality is all about.
Point is, why did the party break in the first place? That's a question of introspection for all of these leaders who today are saying that they will, the people will back them. If the people are not backing these people, they would not have made these shifts. That's another counter. Tuin Sinha, quick comment. You've bought over all these people.
Anand,
the BJP broke them.
We need to dispel this falsehood that we took business away from Maharashtra and gave it to Gujarat. Fact is that in the 2.5 years that Uddhav Thackeray was the CM, he was inaccessible not only to his party workers but to bureaucrats and multinationals who were waiting to get files cleared, who were waiting for approvals, were so disgruntled that eventually they went to an alternative destination. So I think this is exactly why people of Maharashtra will punish this Agadi, Vasuli Agadi, because they completely destroyed the governance mechanism of Maharashtra in the 2.5 years that they were in power.
Decisions that are taken are not taken overnight, they are taken over a period of time, and it was a lag effect that was witnessed. So that's the counter argument. To the lady and the gentleman, thank you very, very much for joining us. Have to quickly move on.